those who have come as expatriates, if their time have expired, they should go back to that country.
So are we now saying what is happening within our shores is retaliation, not international relations?
Okay, you also have in some other countries where Nigerians are harassed with gun. Is that part of the standard? Okay. We must know who and who is a Nigerian.
The issue of random, access to the country has to be stopped. Hello and welcome. My name is Gray Amona. Welcome to Maybe TV Live, and today we're looking at something that is causing ripples, within the borders, of the country. The manhunt for foreign nationals by the Immigration Department. And to help us look at this controversial issue is Dr. Chidi Peters. Doctor, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we've missed you sorely of late.
Well, it's just off work.
Yes, you're welcome. So it is something that, interestingly, the media community is used to you as a blunt speaking, mind, and you will actually enjoy every bit of what you are going to, say on this, topic that is rather, full of ripples, sensitivity, and all that. The Immigration Department has actually, turned a new leaf in its outlook, to this job schedule. It is now very, unrelenting in its attempt to actually, make things straight and precise about the identities of foreign nationals, whether the papers have not expired, and the reason for continued stay, whereas you don't have any reason to do that. So the issue is that it is assuming a different character now. It's not like aggression. A situation where vehicles are flagged down, and Oyibo inside is asked to get off the vehicle, sometimes in a very uncouth manner. So we're saying, is this extortion or doing the job as the Constitution demands?
Thank you very much, Gray. It's wonderful to be tuned with you again. The issue is that we look at Nigeria as a setting. We look forward to a time, and very soon, that a woman will become the president of this country, because it appears that the position that are holding in Nigeria, they're breaking ceilings. Looking at them from the banking sector, where there are group managing directors and MD of banks, some banks you see them waxing stronger, and stronger acquiring other banks that are weaker. They're moving down straight to university sectors, educational sector. Before a lot of them being the vice chancellor of universities, of course, University of Lagos is there, University of Calabar is there, Unidel is there, and several other universities that will find women being the vice chancellor of universities. Of course, such universities, you can't beat them in ranking. Yeah, they are rising, and of course, you see transparency in whatever they are doing. So moving down to the issue of immigration, you find out that Caroline Adeboju, who is now the acting Controller General of Customs,
Immigration,
sorry, she has done wonderfully well within a short period. She has been there, and of course, the backlog of more than how many millions of passports they had. Of course, in the era of saying that passport paper is not available or we print in Malaysia is gone, you see her clearing the backlog and giving an instant instruction that passports should not last more than 2 weeks before they acquire it. And of course, the various Deputy Controller General of Customs passports, passport directors in various units and states are also giving matching order onto the passports. They should ensure that they do the capturing database and whatever, and issue the passport within 2 weeks, which means that she's ready, prepared to work. And of course, moving down to clamping down on illegal immigrants. Illegal immigration is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. We've had people dying in the Mediterranean Sea. We have people dying in the Sahara Desert trying to cross. You also have people coming this way without being checked, and at the point they also pose security threats for Nigeria. So having her initiating the issue of going after foreigners to know whether they come by bush paths, by water paths, or by real proper identified channel of entry into the country, I think it's a good omen. However they go about it to get it right, I think it's a good omen. However, we talk about harassment. Nigerians or Africans, even in the so-called advanced country like United States, are being harassed. We have heard the stories of Nigerians being harassed in midnight, and they try to fall, they try to jump out from test and they die.
Okay, so let me just come in at this point. You just created something like a composite picture. You talked about the need for, updating the papers for the foreigner.
Yes, and those who don't have rights to live at
home. Exactly. So
that's security threats.
Yes, that the typical logician that you are, you now move to the issue of mode of correction. So in the area of mode of correction, that kind of correlated it with what Nigerians are also going through.
Of course.
In Europe and America and all that many countries. So the issue we're talking about now, let us actually balance issues. Yes, even Professor Wole Soyinka once complained that the way they handle him at one of the airports, in a blue chip European country, was unbecoming of his stature and his status. So are we now saying what is happening within our shores is retaliation, not international relations? Because immigration connects basically with international relations. So if you now use the law of Moses, do me, I do you, or as my own sweet comrade whose sense of humor is phenomenal, comrade Augustine Omido said, he who do, he do he. I always borrow that leaflet from him. So if you now retaliation, or you're trying to say, okay, what the Japanese have done to Nigerian immigration will also, retaliate.
No, is that fair? From it, we have international standard of monitoring immigrants.
Okay.
So if part of, laying them in the middle of the night to find out who they are and identity is what they practice there, and they see it as being the international standard, there's nothing wrong in stopping somebody who you perceive to be an illegal immigrant into the country to demand for his papers.
But they say we have some clinical issues in which one or two nationals, found themselves in a very awkward situations, and at the end of the day, I don't know whether it's naira that change hands or dollars. Is that retaliation? Is that correction?
Okay, you also have in some other countries where Nigerians are harassed with gun. Is that part of the standard? But I'm not in support of corruption, but we are doing the right thing to know who and who are allowed to be in our country.
Yes.
Those who have come as expatriates, if their time have expired, they should go back to that country. Those who have come as students, if you have any, and they finish studying, they should go back to that country. Those who have come to claim our farm for rice farming and whatever, and it's a contract, they should also go back to that country. Let us know how many that we are in the country. It is only Nigeria that you go to the street, you see people, Malians, begging and walking around the street, bring iron condemn, doing shoemakers, and we don't know who they are. So we must, as Nigerians, know who is your neighbor and who just came in as an in-law from Niger, or as a friend from Burkina Faso, or as a whatever from Gabon or whatever. So we must continue to check them. Let me tell you what has happened in Nigeria. In the past, people coming from Cameroon through get to immigration check and pay $5 to come in. That has stopped. People also that are coming from Benin Republic get and also pay their own money. This Nigeria who are also traveling to Ghana, they also pay. So that era has stopped. So I commend the woman and I commend our Nigerian Immigration Services. We must know who and who is a Nigerian and who came through the bush parts or water parts, so we can be able to check our security system.
So in one statement of the Peters, what kind of future do you see with regard to this trend? Are we moving to a point where we actually can standardize our international relations and immigration practice?
Yes, we're moving there. We're moving there. After all, a former president aspirant of the Labour Party who was stopped at the airport in Heathrow for several hours for questioning, despite the fact that has been in London, has lived in London, and has investment in London for 30 years. So we look forward to a time when we should question the identities of those who are in this country for business, for schooling, or to sponsor terrorism. We have them in Zamfara state, where a lot of them are digging and mining our gold. They are illegal migrants. So they should be checked too.
Okay, so like Chidi Peters does not bat an eyelid when it comes to saying the truth. Actually, if we had Truth Commission replicated in the media, Dr. Peters would be a principal, factor and candidate. And he says clearly, the issue of random, access to the country has to be stopped. And it's kudos to Mrs. Wurola Adepoju. Thanks a great deal to Comrade Milo for correcting us, and also Sister Victoria Chukura for correcting us on Yoruba vowelization, because it's basic to speech. So Thank you very much, Doctor, for...
Thank you very much. We used to put a clanger.
Yes. So this is a phonetic clanger. And the mere presence of Sister Victoria Chukwu has also answered the clanger. So, of course, we always love what you do. You may wonder, what is it that you do? You always, watch and you like, you share, and don't forget to always subscribe, drop your comment. Thank you very much for sticking to Noble TV. My name is Craig Almona.